Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. And today, what I want to do is start a little bit of a series. I'm not sure how often I'll do it, but NFC East Roundtable. I'm going to take a point on every single team in the NFC East and basically just spew what I'm thinking about it, the state of each and every team, where I think they're going, the state of the NFC least. So let's start off with the Cowboys. And Andy Dalton has a concussion. He's probably going to be out for a couple weeks, maybe. I'm not too sure what the long-term thing is going to be. We have to diagnose it. Should they bring in Colin Kaepernick? This would seem like a move that they should make. It would add a little bit of a spark to the team. He's mobile. He's agile. He'll be able to get at some of the weapons. They have a lot of weapons. It's just that they have statues for quarterbacks, and they can't really make things happen when things break down. And I think adding Colin Kaepernick would add a little bit of a spice. I think Jerry Jones would be down for it. They'll just throw shit at the wall. This division is open. That's what's going to be so interesting. Which teams go for it and which teams decide to tank. You can make that decision very late. Right now, you just got to keep on competing. The Giants is the next team I want to talk about. They just got rid of Marcus Golden. Now, Marcus Golden, he was putting up, good stats, but eventually you have to move on for him because we realized, he's not a long-term guy for this team. And next year, he's going to be a shell of himself. So trade him to the Cardinals. I think it's a good move from the Cardinals because he fits that five-man front that they really want to create there, that 5-2 scheme that Vance Joseph really wants to create. I think it's a good move for them. 6th-round pick, a little bit of a trade action. So basically, you got Yadam for a 7th. You trade Marcus Golden for a 6th. Honestly, it was pretty much at no cost to us to bring back Marcus Golden. So we got a 6 for nothing. Good move by Joe Judge. I think that's solid. Some other key players that I tried to get in this trade deadline, I tried to buy some players. Michael Thomas, maybe. That would be a 1st-round pick. That would be a huge gamble, and you don't know. He's been injured, so I don't think that you do that. I think that you wait to see in the draft what you can do. And plus, Michael Thomas, locker room problem, not too sure. So I wouldn't do Michael Thomas. I'd look at a Michael Gallup, another Michael. I'd look at Michael Gallup because he doesn't do anything bad. He's a decent route runner. He can catch the ball, dealing with a little bit of problems with drops, I think, recently. But overall, I've just watched Michael Gallup. He's impressive. Get him from the Cowboys because Jason Garrett and Mark Colombo, and he's in the same system. And I think that he can work really well with Daniel Jones, especially you want to cut Golden Tate, maybe give Golden Tate to a contender for a guy, a guy goes down or something like that. I don't think we'll get that much value out of a Golden Tate. And Kevin Zeitler, I wouldn't trade him away unless you're really confident, unless you want to make that Andrew Thomas to guard switch. But then you're dealing with Pert and Fleming at tackles, and I don't want to do that just yet. I don't. And Kevin Zeitler, he's done. I said in the beginning of the year I didn't have him on my top 10 Giants list. There's a reason why. I'm like, how long he's going to be good. So I'd look to get a wide receiver. We have a couple options here. We can go after a top flight cornerback in the 1st round. We could, are we going to bring back Soldier? Are we going to get a wide receiver in the 1st, 2nd round? Get one of these Alabama, LSU guys? Or are we going to do it in free agency? I think there are a lot in free agency. I do think they are, but these guys are prone to injury. So happened to Odell. Next, Washington football team. Could they actually win this division? I don't know, but they fight. They had a cheap shot against Andy Dalton today. I just don't see them winning. I don't the Riverboat Ron. We had the thing with the Colts a couple years ago with how they went for it instead of going for a tie in overtime and ended up losing that game, and it ended up sparking them forward. I don't think this is a great team. I question whether it's tanking or not. I think they think Kyle Allen's the guy. He's the best quarterback they have on their roster right now. But I don't think the offensive line's good enough to beat these teams that coming down the stretch of their schedule, they're going to have to beat. Now, they pretty much played a lot of the hard team that they are going to face, but they still have to play the Browns and the Steelers. I don't think they played the Bengals yet. But yeah, the thing about the NFC is we had a really just tough schedule this year. The NFC North and the AFC North and the NFC West. People make fun of us, but these are two hard divisions, and we haven't really been playing that well, to be totally honest. And we've been dealing with a bunch of injuries in the NFC East. Ron Rivera has his guys cooking. I'm going to have to start looking at their schedule now. You have Terry McLaurin, who's productive. He's been getting me 20-plus fantasy points every single week. I really like their running back roster. That's why I bet them over 6. I'm like, this team could have a productive offense. I thought Dwayne Haskins would take a step forward. It's just unfortunate Dwayne Haskins got a little bit hectic, and he doesn't show... He knows. If you're a manager, a head coach, whether the guy's the guy. He's just like, let's get off of this now rather than being wrong in the long term. And then finally with the Eagles, Carson Wentz. He has to be accurate, and the thing is, I think this roster plays really well into him because he's so reckless no matter what, in a way. It's just like, okay, let's be reckless with some bad players and get some camaraderie with Fulgham. He's really good at developing connections with some certain guys. And when he doesn't have a connection with you, it's just not going to happen. We saw with Ertz, he developed a connection. Now we're seeing him being able to target some other guys. You cannot target the same two guys all the time, and that's going to be dangerous for Carson Wentz going forward. You can't throw these, up in the air twirl interceptions. It could work in the short term, but I don't think it's going to work in the long term. Darius Slay is really struggling on that defense. Doug Peterson has had really questionable play calls. Like, is this coaching staff actually good? I don't know. Right now, the key to the Eagles is they need to cause turnovers. Right now, they're in the middle of the pack with causing turnovers, but if Carson Wentz is turning over the ball over a lot, you have to be able to strip the ball and give the offense extra possessions to move down the field. And there are some pieces on that offense that are pretty good. You're getting Miles Sanders back. The team feels like it's going to get healthy. And again, decent coaching. I think Doug Peterson should play to his strengths a little bit more, but eventually this team is going to come together. I think this is the favorite to win the NFC East. I think the Giants are going to come in second, Washington third, and Dallas fourth. I had like a bold prediction at the beginning of the year. I'm like, Dallas is going to go 5-11. I just never said it. I'm like, I kind of just feel that. I don't know. I felt like everything was just going to go wrong for them this year, but I'm not going to take credit for it because I never gave out the opinion. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.